Alright, so, Ultimate Tenkaichi. Remember when you turn up the console and spend hundreds of time playing it? Of course not, this game sucks! But every type of Dragon Ball game must have one type of good content in it, right? Well, I don't know. And that's why I'm here. I want to cover this game, probably long forgotten by the fans, and I can't lie. I wanted to put my hands on it for a while now. From what I can remember, the story and graphics weren't all that bad, so I don't think it was that bad at all. So, without further ado, let's do it. I maybe set my hopes way too up for this one. Let's start with each mode to hit this up, okay? Okay. I'll also discard the online battle section because it goes beyond my area of knowledge, and let's be real, no one is playing Ultimate Tenkaichi under close to 2 gens behind. And when I mean no one, is no one. You don't really want to play this game, and you'll see why. First is the trading mode section. We got 2 modes here, one being the tutorial. Here you can see basically how to play, and the other one being good old training. Select whatever and try whatever you like within the game's limitations. Then is the battle mode section, where you can go against an AI, a friend, or let 2 AIs fight each other. But that's dumb, but it's there anyway. You can choose how much time you want for the battle, and if you're fighting an AI, how strong you want it to be. It can go in a single or a team battle. Usually, the health in a single battle is 50k, but if team battle is chosen, they will split a total of 60k health between all of your characters, with a total of 5 characters you can choose. Or simply you can pick one and have 60k all by yourself. I don't know, the option is there. After that is the World Tournament section. You get to pick the difficulty, how many players there will be, participants of this tournament only by 4, 8 or 16, and the type of tournament. The last one, just instead of being the tournament stage, it will be in the Cell Games arena and the commentators will change. Next is the customized mode section, where you can edit what kind of soundtrack you want when fighting, or what soundtrack you want when a character transforms or enters the battlefield, which is really cool in my opinion. There's also skills, but we'll get there eventually. Then is the Capsule House section. This is where you can hear soundtracks, check your replays, or rewatch the cutscenes of the story mode. Here also being a character encyclopedia, with each character having a description along with a couple of their boss lines. After that, there's the options section. You can change the button where you want to position them, change the language of the game, brightness, and etc, etc, etc. I don't really need to say more. Now to the actual good part of this game, the story mode section. It covers DBZ from start to end, but it starts with the Bardock against Frieza fight from the OVA, which is cool. Then following the Saiyan saga and closing it up with the Buu saga. You sometimes get these animated cutscenes just like the anime, which makes story mode shine above all of this in my opinion. While the rest, with some other created by the game's engine, making it seem like a recounting of what happened during the anime pretty much. I liked it a lot. There's also this type of Star Wars type of storytelling, which is not really enjoyable, but you can see it uses to skip some story and get straight to the fights, so that's okay in my opinion. Also, just after Trunks takes out the androids and Cell, there's fights from the movies, and the first one is a boss fight against the Metal Cooler Core. That one metallic cooler in the second movie of Cooler, pretty much, yeah. And then there's the first coming of Broly. They could be nice at extra fights, but you need to clear them to get to the Buu saga, so that's kind of annoying, but it's cool that they're there pretty much. The same thing happens after the Buu saga. You get a Janemba and Haru the Garm boss fight, that one big ass roach from the Dragon Fleece movie, yeah. And at the end with Omega Sharon against Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. If you ask me, it's a bit weird that they went straight from GT like this, but honestly, it's more content, right? So it's good. Also, for the entire story mode, you'll be able to collect Dragon Balls, and if you get to collect 7 of these, you get extra costumes for characters on your stages. Sometimes Sharon appear and give you 1 wish, or others Parunga while giving you 3. Which reminds me, you have a map in the top right corner. Just check Dragon Ball to check other missions, to check whatever, you know? But you just have it if you're a Sea Warrior or one of the good guys, you know? But if you are a villain in this game, you have to look around for the entire map just to find Dragon Ball, just to find quests, just to find missions that you have to do. And My goodness, is so awful. Even the map gets you so confused from time to time and you don't know where you are going, so you're basically finding them on your own luck. And it's so bad, dude. Like, I cannot even sugarcoat how much is this, like, no. Oh, and about this story mode, there's also a second part of the story mode, which is actually an original story mode, which is the hero mode section. It tells a different story where the main character is you. And you're on a journey where your character wants to fix the world from a wish an evil creature did with the Dragon Balls. That one evil creature being Omega Shenron. Yeah, it's kinda corny, but you know, it is what it is. First of all, you need to create a character and you'll get more customization options while you progress through the story. You can choose between 3 options. The light type, where it's more specialized in longer ranges, the heavy type, where it's more specialized in closer ranges, and the standard type being the balanced one. Also kinda better than heights and not letting you change it, which is kinda weird, but fine. The storytelling also comes with the original narrator from the Dragon Ball series, along with just the game's engine to do the work just like the normal story mode.
Omega Shenron, the harbinger of destruction and worldwide disorder. He then quickly headed towards the decisive battle where all his questions would be answered.
But it sounds pretty clean. You go into find characters that will help you to find the Dragon Balls to make your wish, like Piccolo, Android 17, 18, and a couple more. There are many boss fights here too, which I'll get later into. Your character has stats to upgrade starting from H, I believe, and ending with S. The only way to leveling them up is with fights. You can't also upgrade them in any other way. You can also customize your skills, being more points to ki or ki blast, health, or anything else. Or you can change your supers, changing it for a Kamehameha when you get the Super Saiyan transformation, in which you can get different supers depending on base or Super Saiyan. Purely based just on how you change it. This works fine if it wasn't for the masters, which by the way you can only pick one, and sometimes give you supers or points for a certain buff or simply just nothing. The point is you have to clear normal fights 6 times, and that's just in the beginning, normally being 8 fights and at the end being 13. I refuse to continue with the ones with 13. Why is this a problem, you might ask? Well, for that we need to get into the gameplay, and this is the part I hate the most. You might say, this is a Dragon Ball game. There's gotta be some epic fights of sorts, right? Hell no. So, unrelated question. Everyone knows rock, paper, scissors, right? Well, I hope you like it, because you will be playing it the entire time. So, to put everyone in context, the combat consists of 2 phases. Blast phase and the strike phase. The strike phase is the opponent and you trying to battle it out with pure strike moves, and blast phase being the opposite, pure ki blast moves. You have a block and a dash in the strike phase, while the blast phase becomes in a super dash kind of thing, also being able to move upwards and downwards. To attack, in the attack phase you have light attacks that end up like a barrage of hits, and a heavy attack to either break the block or get some advantage, being able to hold it down as well for a full combo. In the blast phase, this changes by the light attacks turning into a barrage of ki blast, or the heavy ki blast that has the same purpose as the heavy attack but cannot go into a full combo. And you'll say, what's so bad about this? Let me first get to these bars next to the health. So those blue bars is basically fuel for your supers. If you manage to hit your opponent, these bars will keep rising and it will hit to a blue or orange arrows. These are your supers, and it tells you when you can do them by lining up, and the way you can do your ultimate is having low life. I guess they wanted to put it as a sort of combat mechanic because of the gigantic damage that it does. It is basically knock you. Now the other bar is basically your ki meter that you need to charge up manually, and it's really important. And this is where it starts to get really bad. You see those 3 icons next to it? This is how you contact the supers. As they are purely cinematic, your options are limited. One is blocking it, which slightly decreases the damage by the super. And when I mean slightly, I mean it.
Oh my god.
So this is your best option really. Another one is dodging, or evading, which is the best option actually, just because it's really easy once you know how to do it. and once you do, you cannot miss ever again. No. And finally, by intercepting it. With enough mirror, you'll be able to counterattack and deal much damage if you manage to win the bottom struggle. And here comes the question. What happens if you run out of meter and you cannot defend against it? It's a simple answer actually. You explode.
What the hell?
This is too what I hate about this, and there is no way around it. You simply die. You cannot do anything against it. It's awful. But of course there is more. So speaking about normal gameplay, what happens if you actually manage to get some quick blows in? Another guessing game. This time your opponent needs to guess you, a direct 50-50. You can choose two options, a barrage of attacks or a strong one. The difference with Team D's is that the barrage lowers your opponent ki by a lot and barely fills your super meter, while the strong punch does the opposite. You can also tap 2 times on your super dash buttons and you can switch strike or blast phase and vice versa. You have to guess at what side that is as well, so there's another guessing game. Now, before I get into the boss fights, I need to point out that you got transformations and features in this game that you can perform mid-fight by pressing the right trigger, and you'll be able to access this menu. It's really cool since this game predecessor was the Raging Blast series. Actual good games that I'll probably do another bit about, most likely. Now, the boss fights. They may seem really flashy and cool, but it's not really something that changes the gameplay. Matter of fact, I think it might become worse. The movement is very sluggish. It cannot help but being extremely annoying at times. And this is present in the strike phase in normal fights too, which I forgot to mention. What is cool though, there is quick time events and they are really cinematic. Very well done, and also there is one too if you manage to fail it, which not many games have this, so that's a plus. It doesn't take away that the gameplay is horrendous. Oh yeah, they put this kind of chase kind of sections in here too. Simply made for a change of pace once in a century. Too bad there's like 3 of them and they're just in the story mode. A final thing to end up is the music. God, it's so good! It could be easily one of my top DBZ soundtrack lists if it wasn't that they just a few songs. Doesn't make it bad though, it's amazing. It screams at full long Dragon Ball either way you see it. Also, you might have noticed, but most of the music that I played in this video have been the Ultimate Tenkaichi OST. I'd recommend giving it a listen, it's that good. Unfortunately, that's like one of the few things that this game does right. This game screams out missed opportunity, and the sale shows that as well. Having a disastrous 86k sales only on Japan, it was not even worth saving. But overall being 700k, which seems okay. And the roster of this game being not too shabby as well. Not what you call perfect or what you would call the worst there is, but it was fine. You got what you basically need with a couple more. What I like about this game most of all is the looks. The graphics still to this day blow my mind and they are so pretty. Mainly being the reason why I wanted to review it. I just wish the gameplay were different and this game were shine a lot of new games basically. But I guess not. I guess we had to hold this for now. I literally can't find anything else about this game because it was dead on release. So, to end this timer, I'm trying something new. I'll rate the games I review on number scales, 1 being the absolute worst and 10 being the best. I think the graphics is definitely an upgrade from past games. Thermal cutscenes made the game shine above all, and the special cutscenes made for this game are nice too, so that's extra points. But the gameplay. Being called ass is an understatement. The gameplay is mobbed down to the every core, absolutely horrendous, the worst gameplay on the face of the earth, the solar system and entire universe. Sorry? I had to let that out. So a 3 out of 10 sounds good to me. It's not worth it. If you're trying to play it, it's not worth your time. Trust me. I've been there. It's not. Well, now for the special section here that I wanted to say for a bit. You know Ningen? That one friend I forced to play Strive? Yeah, him. So him and I are doing something special involving the Dragon Ball Budokai series. We'll go through Budokai 1 until Infinite World, 1 video per channel, the 2 of us. Meaning, Ningen will upload Budokai 1 and then I'll be uploading Budokai 2 and so on. Also might wanna check his channel first because that's where we are gonna start. Well, that basically sums up everything, so yeah, that's about all.
Let's leave you here now, can we? Shall I take you to my home? Well, you certainly are a feisty one, aren't you?
What did he mean by it?